SsethTzeentach. Yeah, it still doesn't sound right in my brain. I don't know why. Well, we are back with another Seth video. I'm just gonna say Seth. It's easy to say. It kind of ready, Seth, go, you know? Hey, made on the fly. And we're here with Heroes of Might and Magic free review. Patrician's Choice TBS game. I don't know. It was actually suggested to me by my good friend, the one and only Potata. And you know what? I want to check. Oh, is this a Metal Gear Solid reference? Metal Gear Solid 5 or what it's called? I haven't played it because I don't have the console. I would love to, but... And Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is my favorite Heroes of Might and Magic game, because that is the one I played the most. I think I actually have a CD of it somewhere in the shelf behind me, where I burned it and copied it from somewhere else, probably. Yeah. You know, back in the days when you, like... burned over on the CDs and all that, and they're like, haha, I hijacked the game. It's now on this just the random CD, like, boop. That was the good old days. I don't like that, and I'm happy we don't have that anymore, because it sucks. Because, you know, every fucking time people putting away CDs, they are laying on the desk, and then it gets full of scratches, you're like, that fucking sucks. Well, we're gonna check this.
Hey people, Seth here. Today, I'll be reviewing Heroes of Might and Magic 3.
Do you have any special talent?
Oh, is that it? I love it.
Reviewing Heroes.
Oh, that's such a good fucking meme. It is epic, you know, when you make that. Wasn't that like around when it was the thing to, you know, cheat and fucking flip the bottle like that? My God, we have evolved as a race. Is amazing.
Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is a difficult request. While you have good games with strong followings, you also have exceptional games with fanatical followings. Fans of Heroes 3 applaud the game with a religious zeal, and rightly so, for much like a well-oiled, silky-skinned, and voluptuous temple priestess, you can play her for months, years, and still not master her. In every crease and fold of her soft assets, there's always more to learn and...
I think we got it a bit derailed there. Where were you talking about? I just remember a shining butt. Nidacris, is that you? Hot.
explore new strategies to test the limits of her depth and design. In other words, it's a really fucking good game. More than a decade old, Heroes 3 still shines as a gorgeous, melodious, and tactically rich turn-based strategy game. Of course...
What happened with the priestess? Where did she go? I already miss her. She was the one that made everything excited. Oh god, it was such a long time I played this game. Maybe I should do that on the channel, play a little bit of Heroes of Might and Magic 3? Would that be something? I could play with probably some of you guys, like probably Potato. And then he backstabbed me, but not before I backstab him. That's the bro code we have on my channel. You either stab or get stabbed yourself. We like to live dangerous.
When I refer to Heroes 3, I mean the complete edition, almost every Slav and their grandmother own by now. Not the HD edition, which contains neither of the expansions and has every texture in the game sharpened and airbrushed by underpaid interns, making every monster in the game look like some bootleg Mugen character. Although, to be fair, most of the mods out there for Heroes 3 also look like bootleg Mugen characters. The concept of
Oh my god! I want to try that mod out. Welcome, I'm Vladimir Putin. Welcome to Russia. We are able to take over the world. Heroes and Putin. Heroes of Putin and Russia.
the game is ridiculously simple. You can play as any one of 9 different... You can play as any one of 8 viable factions, represented by different towns. While you pick your starting faction, you can always conquer other towns and use their units as well. Each town is unique in its own strengths and weaknesses, although some towns have more weaknesses than others, with each town capable of producing 7 different tiers of units, ranging, for example, from lowly troglodytes...
Troglodytes! One of my favorite, you know, what do you call it? Name calling words. I generally call people that are really dumb troglodytes. You know, I have a Twitter certificate. I know how to handle myself.
2 red and black dragons for the dungeon town, or skeletons, 2 bigger skeletons for the necropolis. These cities get plastered and spread through the game world, represented by a common map area shared by all players. If you've built the appropriate unit dwelling, a town will offer you units to recruit, which replenish at the...
Ooh, the giants. Aren't they like ranged? If I don't remember wrong. They're like throwing lightning. Or was it some other units? Mage Tower, God. You know, we just recruited a bunch of mages, Harry Potters, run around, be free, have fun.
Start of each week. Unless there's a plague, in which case everybody dies. Bizarrely, this also includes the undead. Remember to keep your heaters on in the winter, as pneumonia is still a leading cause of death among the elderly, including liches and power liches. Each turn you take on the map counts as 1 day, meaning every 7 days a new week begins, and everyone's army expands, if they can afford it. You often start scenarios and campaigns with a chosen or given hero, each with unique abilities that can be exploited to victory. These act as generals under your direct control, with a limited number of map moves to spend per turn. Each leader can hold 7 stacks of troops, arranged by position and formation, making up their army. A stack visually represents the number of a certain unit, which influences the outcome of combat. Losing all your stacks means defeat for your hero. Heroes can't die, but losing a fight will usually make them run off and join the enemy due to your incompetence as a leader. All this information finally makes sense when we get to the combat, which is also turn-based and divided in rounds, and initiated by players by raw...
That was amazing! Oh, the dwarves. Should probably not do that. They tend to be PC.
Dwarven or Polish banks, or moving next to enemy heroes on the map. Each round, every monster on the battlefield gets a turn to move, attack, use abilities, wait, or defend, and that's the simple gist of it. When a stack attacks another, their stats are multiplied by the number of attacking creatures. Pretty simple shit, right? So if level 18 Craghack with Expert Offense attacks level 18 Tazar's 4 Chaos Hydras with his 5 Ancient Behemoths, who we can only assume has Expert Armorer, how much damage would that be? Easy. We just balance this quadratic equation.
Yeah, I don't do the math. I will just either I go in there and bang them or they bang me. That's my math. Bang or get banged. Good enough.
Plug in our expression coefficients into this algebraic expression, do linear regression, find the acute angle in this triangle, and solve for x. Okay, real talk. Any mouth-breathing polygon journalist can say this gay generic shit. You know enough about the game. Let me try and convey why it's so good. Your leaders can't directly intervene.
I love that Christmas Santa. That's a pretty cool mod. That chicken is on fire. I just see that like somewhere up behind there right now.
Been in combat, but their stats transfer to units, their artifacts are bullshit ridiculous, and their spells are some insane shit. And that's why the game is so damn enjoyable. Each town can build mages guilds to research random spells of increasingly higher level. Sometimes you get hot garbage like Hypnotize, which lets you waste your mana and fumble your turn, and other times you get nice stuff like Armageddon.
Oh, no.
Armageddon detonates a nuclear bomb on the battlefield, scorching everyone on it for massive damage. Except, there's a few troops out there who are immune to fire damage, or spells in general. A fun tactic, as in not fun for anyone else, is taking several spicy boys with your hero and running straight into enemy lines. The larger their army is, the better. Cast Armageddon, destroy most of his army, and retreat. Rebuy your hero at the tavern and do the exact same thing every turn. At most, you spend a few thousand gold on this strategy.
Dude, that's fucked, man. It's the same about which was the first video I watched with this Seth. Was it Heroes and the first or second game? It seems like some things haven't changed at least.
While your enemy is incurring maybe 20, 30,000 gold worth of damages each time your suicide bomber rushes them. Berserk is also a fun spell. It turns any enemy rabid, attacking whoever's closest, be it friend or foe. With expert fire magic, Berserk becomes even more balanced, since it gives magic rabies to everybody in a 10-mile radius, or 16 kilometers for those of you still using outdated barbaric systems like metric. It's particularly enjoyable. What?
Shut up. Metric is the best. I don't understand you special people in the United States and all that. Well, oh, you know, we go miles and like, grow up, kids. You're in the cool club. It's like a special. You guys are a little bit special. You know what I mean? Metric. Sure.
Watching your friend's army tear itself in half without even lifting a finger. In many ways, Heroes 3 is the torture porn of turn-based strategy. Then there's the issue of the undead, which is one of my favorite towns, by the way. If you let Necropolis breathe, it will shit down your neck by late game. That's because every time they fight, Necromancy revives most units back as skeletons, and if they can assemble a simple as seen on TV artifact, just pull the plug. Quit. Leave. Not sure if your opponent has assembled a Cloak of the Undead King? Don't worry, I have a foolproof method of finding out. Mouse over his stack of power liches in combat. Note down the number. If it's somewhere between several 100,000, or the text box is flickering and glitching out, he probably has it assembled. Let me explain. Normally, Necromancy revives only skeletons, but with a Cloak of a Balanced King, you revive liches instead. And liches
I need to try that out.
Necropolis shooters, and your opponent has billions of them. He has so many that if he ever tries to split the stacks in his inventory, his game will crash. Most spells get better by leveling up your respective school of magic. Often, expert level means you affect every possible target for the spell. At expert earth magic, the slow spell soaks every enemy in shit and reduces their movement speed to a crawl. Let's say for a rampart dwarf, he'll need 14 turns to reach your army, provided there's no boulders or small branches in the way. The same applies to haste. At expert air magic, every one of your units becomes a high velocity whirlwind of fucking shit up. If you've got a black dragon, or even better, a phoenix in your party, this often means you win before the enemy can move a single unit. Positioning and coordination on the map are vital skills to win the game. That is, unless you have expert level town portal, which lets your hero enter any friendly town instantly. This usually makes it impossible to lose towns, as a single hero can simultaneously defend them all alone. That is, unless the enemy can cast Dimension Door, which lets them teleport to any location inside of their hero. At expert level, this can be cast 4 fucking times per day, effectively letting a hero with large pools of mana to cover 5 days worth of travel in one, the hero's free equivalent of an intercontinental ballistic missile. Alternatively, if you don't care about strategy or tactics, just recruit somebody with diplomacy, level it up to expert, and approach any stack of rape dragons. Somehow, your poetic way with words will convince them to join you, and then proceed to decimate the continent with your newfound rape dragons.
That's what I remember doing. I always went with diplomacy, because I was like, I want to recruit everything I can. I'm meeting. Oh god, it's amazing to hear that Heroes of Might and Magic is as busted as I remember it to be. Even more busted, because I didn't know about the Necropolis, that you can get that item. So every time you rest, it leeches instead. Like, that is just
better, the added strength of the rape dragons helps convince other ludicrously powerful neutral monsters to join you as well, diminishing the quality of your current game as you snowball straight to victory. If all those tactics seem unbalanced, that's the point. The game thrives on you straining its mechanics, rewarding experimentation, and punishing established conventions. There's a reason this game has its own published version of Sun Tzu's Art of War. Winning and victory is about meticulously knowing every intricacy of the game, while making sure your bullshit strategy will beat your opponent's bullshit strategy. Heroes 3 is a great game, and still looks beautiful to this day, thanks to its hand-sprited graphics. Heroes 3 aged better than most of the girls I knew from high school. Then again, heroin is one hell of a drug. The musical score and sound work is also fantastic, and I've got it installed on every computer I ever owned. It's incredibly pleasant in its atmosphere, and a complete joy to play. The best game to cozy up to in a warm blanket with a hot mug of coffee in early spring. The very definition of comfy. That is, unless you're playing multiplayer. Then it's a dumpster fire of hot garbage. The game is trash, unbalanced dog shit. Who the fuck is playing Necropolis? Do you want to be kicked out of the house? Heroes 3 is a classic, and this review generously paid for by the Merchants Guild. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned.
That's some high-tier movie there. Oh god. Yeah, I can imagine it's really, really effing busted on playing multiplayer. Especially if someone like me that is neither good at games and haven't played like Heroes in a very long time. And meeting someone that playing like every day, like fucking gonna get ruffle stomped. Still though, I think it's an awesome game. As I said, I mean, even if I know it's a comedy and all that, it is still a good game. It's easy to enjoy. It's playing a little bit, you know, running around, collecting items and monsters and fighting and all that. And then just forget about it pretty much. I mean, I think it's a good game. It's a nice, comfy game. You just jump in and play there a little bit. Just really good. Oh god. And it was really fun to watch. Holy crap. Find it very interesting. Oh god, I will be back with more reactions, more reviews and whatnot, and let's plays here on the channel. I'm gonna see if I can play some Heroes of Might and Magic here on the channel. That would be fun, right? Right? Right?